Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's always a great pleasure and a great opportunity to come together and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. For the ones who are attending the Bhagavatam class for the first time, let's try to understand the glories of Bhagavatam. Our Acharya, Sanatan Goswami, he describes the glories of Bhagavatam in his Krishna Leela Stava in few verses. And one of the words that he says is, maybe you all can repeat, Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusha Sarva Vedaika Satphala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya Sarva Lokaika Drikprada. So here Sanatan Goswami is saying Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusha. So if we consider all the Shastras to be a big ocean, the nectar churned out from that ocean is Srimad Bhagavatam. And then we have Sarva Vedaika Satphala. If we consider all the Vedas as different fruits, then here we have Srimad Bhagavatam, the best of the fruit. Then he says Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya. So our Vedic scriptures talks about conclusions, various conclusions of life, conclusions of Vedic scriptures. So the conclusion of all that, the best of all the conclusions is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And finally it is said, Sarva Lokaika Drikprada. Srimad Bhagavatam is so wonderful that it gives spiritual vision to all the beings of Kali Yuga. And if we have any hope in the age of Kali, then that is the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. When it is asked that what will happen when Krishna goes back home back to Godhead, when he ascends back to Goloka Vrindavan, what will happen to people in the age of Kali? Because Krishna appeared in Dwapar Yuga. So what will happen to people in the age of Kali then? So that time the answer that is given is, the same Krishna will come down in his Grantha avatar, and that is called as Srimad Bhagavatam. So now what we are discussing is not some ordinary literature. It's a very, very important scripture which is filled with pure devotional mood. Completely pure devotional mood. Let's go back to the start of Kali Yuga. Many thousands of sages, they assembled at one place called Naimisharanya. And they all were doing yagyas after yagyas after yagyas with only one thing, to understand how we can cancel out the ill effects of Kali Yuga. What is the solution for all the problems that people will be facing in the age of Kali? Look at the selflessness of these sages. Thousands and thousands of sages, they're coming together and doing a yagya only for the benefit of all of us who are going to appear after many thousands of years. But they're not able to find a conclusive thing. So at that time, a great personality called Suta Goswami comes into picture. What is the name? Suta Goswami. And the same Suta Goswami was present in another great discussion between two great personalities on the banks of Ganga in Haridwar. And who are these two great personalities? Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Who is Parikshit? He is the grandson of Arjun. Or you can also say son of Abhimanyu. So long past time cut short, Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die in 7 days. So at that time, Parikshit Maharaj, instead of thinking, let me go for a world tour for 7 days, let me have the best food stuff in the entire creation, wherever it is. Instead of all that, Parikshit Maharaj decided, let me go on the banks of Ganga and let me sit there and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, hear the glories of the Lord. And when he was thinking like that, guess what? Any person who is sincere, anyone who is sincere for spiritual advancement, Krishna reciprocates. That personality who doesn't wait in any house or any place, and the time duration that is given is milking of a cow. Now, milking of a cow doesn't take much time. I don't know how many of you have seen. It doesn't take much time. So that much duration only, this personality called Shukadeva Goswami will be staying at one place. Immediately he'll shift. That's how renunciants are. They keep walking, they keep flowing. But this Shukadeva Goswami was going around at different places, the same personality. When Parikshit Maharaj was sitting, fasting on the banks of Ganga to understand what next to do, with the eagerness to understand what will or what a person who is about to die has to do. He, at that time, waiting with all sincerity, and there enters in the entire arena this great personality, Shukadeva Goswami, without any invitation. All the great sages were there in that place. Narada Muni was present. Shukadeva Goswami's father, Vyasadeva, was present. All of them, they stood up, except for Narada Muni and Vyasadeva. I mean, why will they stand up? Vyasadeva is like, "Main tera papa hu. Why should I stand up?" And Narada Muni is like, "Main tere papa ka papa hu. Why should I stand?" So they were, only those two were sitting, everyone stood up. Shukadeva Goswami enters, Parikshit Maharaj pays obeisance to him. Shukadeva Goswami sits on the elevated asana. Everyone there is waiting to watch what is going to happen next. You can imagine the setup of a stadium. Thousands of people are sitting around and we have two personalities in between. Everyone with their ears open, they are just trying to hear what's going on between the two. And at that time, Parikshit Maharaj, he puts forward his query. And his query is only one. What a dying man is supposed to do. And at that time, Shukadeva Goswami starts speaking. Now in that stadium-like structure, Suta Goswami was present. And he heard the entire divine conversation between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. And when he heard that, then he also started wandering around. And then when this great yajna was going on at that time, this great personality, Suta Goswami, he entered that arena. And when Suta Goswami entered, all the sages there, they got up. And they wanted to know from Suta Goswami, what did you hear there in that discussion between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj? Now obviously thousands of people were there in both the places. So now Suta Goswami entered, all thousands of people, they cannot raise their hand and start asking questions. So out of those thousands of sages, one person was nominated, selected. And his name was Shaunaka Rishi. What was his name? So Shaunaka Rishi, on behalf of all those thousands of sages, is going to ask questions to Suta Goswami. And Suta Goswami is going to answer based on the discussion between Parikshit Maharaj and... Are you all with me? Yes? So Shukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj discussing on the banks of Ganga in Haridwar. And the same discussion, Suta Goswami heard because he was present there. And now he is going to speak the same thing to these sages who are assembled in Naimisharanya in the beginning of Kali Yuga. And who is going to ask questions to Suta Goswami? Shaunaka Rishi is going to ask questions. In the first chapter of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, first 3 verses are invocation prayers. Whenever any book is written, so at that time, invocation prayer, auspicious prayers are written. So in these auspicious prayers, multiple things are done. One is obeisance to the Lord is paid, repeated obeisance to the Lord, because without obeisance to the Lord, without offering Him respect, how can anything start? Benedictions are given to those people who are going to read that book. And various other things are also mentioned. So in 3 verses, these things are mentioned. Now after that, Shaunaka Rishi, he starts asking questions on behalf of all those thousands of sages present in Naimisharanya. To be more specific, he asked 6 questions. What were those 6 questions? Well, let me try to tell you. The first question that they asked which is given in 9th verse of first chapter. The first question was, O Suta Goswami, please tell us, what is absolute and the ultimate good for people in general in the age of Kali? What is the best thing for people to do in the age of Kali? Ultimate good. First question. Second question that he asked was, we are Kali Yuga beings, we don't have much time to read Shastra. Even if we have time, we sleep. We don't have interest. So, O Suta Goswami, please tell us what is the essence of all the scriptures? Shortcut. Essence of all the scriptures. Third question that was asked is, why did Lord Krishna appear in the womb of Devaki? Third question. Fourth question, Chaunaka Rishi is asking, he is saying, please speak about Purusha avatars. For your information, Purusha avatar means the three Vishnus in this material universe. Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. And then again, another question that is asked. Fifth question. Please describe the Leela avatars of the Lord. Can you name some Leela avatars? Anyone knows? Lord Ram. Okay, Narasimha. So all the incarnations which did elaborate Leelas, Leela avatars. And then after asking 5 questions, then this particular verse that we chanted comes into picture. In this verse, see what Chaunaka Rishi is telling Suta Goswami. Chaunaka Rishi is telling Suta Goswami, I'll read the translation for you all. We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence. Because to get your association is not ordinary. It's Lord's arrangement that we have got your association. Then he says, just so that we may accept you as the captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali. This entire Kali Yuga is like ocean. And the ship is Bhagavad Gita Srimad Bhagavatam. And the one who can explain what is given in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is the captain of the ship. And here, Suta Goswami is called as captain of the ship. Chaunaka Rishi is saying, you are the captain. You please help us to cross this ocean of Nishans. So it's a very nice thing to note that these personalities were so eager to hear. Here all, Chaunaka Rishi and all the people, they were eager to hear from Suta Goswami. And there Parikshit Maharaj is going to die in 7 days. He was eager to hear from Shukadeva Goswami. One thing is for sure, it's not easy to practice bhakti in the age of Kali. Not possible. So many problems after problems. Therefore, in first canto, first chapter, to create some sympathy in the heart of Suta Goswami, Chaunaka Rishi starts telling the qualities of people in the age of Kali. Because when you describe how fallen people are, then he'll feel, okay, I should speak to deliver all these people. So he starts telling, Prayena Alpa Ayushya Sabhya. He's saying that, oh Sabhya, who sits in various sabhas, Prayena Alpa Ayu. People of the age of Kali, they are very short-lived. How many years people live? 60, 70, 80, 100, Mataji? Yes, 100. Be optimistic. Very short-lived. Half century तो मार दिए होंगे बहुत सारे लोग, और near to half century. So Prayena Alpa Ayusha. Then he says Manda, very slow in learning spiritual aspects of life. Very slow. If I ask you, please tell me some summary of first session of Gita course. Prabhuji, wrong question. Someone will say, Prabhuji, Bhagavatam class, not Gita class. We cannot remember, very difficult again. Manda Sumanda Matayoho, easily misguided by people of this world. See, even if we have some interest to learn about spiritual life, there are a lot of people in this world to misguide us. Don't go here, don't go there. ISKCON mein to bilkul nahi jana. So many issues there. If you go there, you will see a lot of problems. Money goes from this place to that place. And I'm wondering, where is that money? Give me, I want to build temple. So Sumanda Mateo, there are many people to misguide us, many bogus gurus are there in this world to misguide us. And you say that, okay, no, I'm interested in spiritual life, I've got right guidance. Sumanda Mateo, Manda Bhagya. Even if we are there in the association of people, actually to get association is only very difficult. That's one of the important things in the age of Kali. So either people are not interested in spiritual life, even if they're interested, they're misguided. Even if they have proper guidance, they don't get association of sadhus. And the fourth or fifth quality that is mentioned is upadrita. Even if we have association of devotees, but when we sit in the class, upadrita, disturbed. Not that, say, it's a 1.5 hours class, 90 minutes class. In that, if someone hears 9 minutes attentively, it's a very big thing. Mind will take us here, there, everywhere, and then finally when people start laughing, we also start laughing. What happened? So these are the qualities of people in the age of Kali. Therefore, he started speaking the qualities of people in the age of Kali. And after speaking that, he tells him, "Arey nahi ho sakta bhakti, bataiye kaise karna chahiye." And that's how Suta Goswami starts speaking. See, in their life, all those sages, Shaunaka Rishi, their life, Suta Goswami entered to deliver them. We are also not less fortunate. In our life, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada entered to deliver all of us. If he wouldn't have been there, what would have happened to us? संस्कृत तो आती है नहीं, भागवतम कैसे पढ़ते, भगवद गीता कैसे पढ़ते? Therefore, very beautifully, one of the Prabhupada's disciples sings, Jari Prabhupada hoito, Tabe ki hoito, Jivana bahita ki she. If Prabhupada wouldn't have been there, what would have happened to all of us on a Sunday morning? We would have slept till 1 o'clock and directly get up without anything, without brushing. Hey, lunch leke aa jaldi. Late ho gaya hai. Only because Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON, today we, IT professionals, are coming together, that too on a Sunday morning, just to hear from Srimad Bhagavatam in a language that we can understand. This is glorious. Now we are hearing, we heard many devotees are practicing from quite some time. You have been hearing classes from a long time. Devotees who have come for Gita course, even you're hearing classes from a long time, almost good number of months. But even after hearing so many classes, when we hear with faith, we have association of devotees. But when it comes to doing sadhana, it becomes so difficult. It was so difficult. Srila Vishvanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of our acharya in our parampara, he writes a book called Madhurya Kadambini. In that he describes 6 characteristics of anishthita Bhajana Kriya. There are 9 stages of bhakti. The first stage is called as Shraddha. So we have faith and we start coming in association of devotees. Next stage is called as Sadhu Sangha. We take guidance and then take guidance of sadhus, devotees, and then start doing our sadhana. That's called Bhajana Kriya. And when we start doing Bhajana Kriya, then rest of things follow. That we'll discuss sometime later. But this Bhajana Kriya is also divided into 2 categories. Nishtita Bhajana Kriya and Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. Nishtita means steady. Steady Bhajana Kriya. Steady sadhana. Anishtita means unsteady sadhana. Now today, for whatever time we have, let's try to understand what is Vishvanath Chakravarti Thakur telling us. What are these 6 characteristics of unsteady sadhana? Is that happening in our life? And if so, then what is the solution? So these 6 characteristics can also be described as 6 stages. But today I'll be describing it as characteristics, just so that we can analyze and see where we are stuck. We'll begin, everyone? Yes? So there are 6 characteristics. And the first one is called as Utsahamai. It's called as Utsahamai. Utsahamai basically means false confidence. Now basically what happens is, When a person starts coming to bhakti, maybe start attending Gita course, or the various other courses in ISKCON we conduct, Discover Yourself, Journey of Self-Discovery. When the person starts coming to the sessions, suddenly huge enthusiasm is there. Huge enthusiasm. So as soon as the person hears, one should chant 16 rounds. One should follow 4 relative principles. Always there will be some people who say, yes, from today I'll start chanting 16. Beads kharida nahi hai abhi tak. I'll start chanting 16 rounds. And next week you ask, you chanted your rounds? Yes, I'm chanting my rounds. You have beads? Beads I have not purchased. Prabhuji, all the time inside going on. All the time inside going on. When newcomers say, I'll start chanting 16 rounds, it's very scary. You know why? We have our personal experiences. There was one boy who came. Initial few classes, 3-4 classes he attended, somehow he heard from devotees that 16 rounds is what Prabhupada recommends minimum. And he took beads, he started chanting 16 rounds. Next session he said, Prabhuji, every day I'm chanting 16 rounds. I said, every day means from last 2 days. Very nice. And then he was very happy. Full enthusiastic. And then he continued. 3 more days he chanted. And after chanting a few days, then I get to know that he is no more coming for the session. And then I got to know that he started thinking, what time ja raha hai, sab kaun karega itna, and this and that, and he gave up. And the next session, I was waiting, that boy didn't come. I asked the volunteers, they said, wo to gaya. Now at the end of the session, another boy came and he said, Prabhuji, I'll start chanting 16 rounds. Please don't. Please don't. So at times we see that as soon as we hear initial classes, people feel that full enthusiasm. And they are like, yes, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll give up this, I'll give up that. I remember one of our boys, somehow he heard in the classes about onion, garlic, tea, coffee, this and that. And then nothing is doing, he's chanting 1 round. He called up his mother and he started saying that I've decided I'll not eat onion garlic food. I'll not be getting into any sinful activity. I'll be staying with devotees and I'll be practicing bhakti. Every day chanting 16 rounds. Ek mala kar raha ho. Every day I'll start chanting 16 rounds. His mother scolded him left, right, center. He said, you will not go to ISKCON. Abhi usko itna enthusiasm tha na. I'll do this, I'll do that. You know what happened? He stopped coming after. Done. This is called as utsamai. There will be sporadic enthusiasm. Sporadic is not the right word. False enthusiasm, false confidence. Yes, I'll do this, I'll do that. And as soon as something happens, zero. Another thing that is seen is that when people come for the initial classes, tell me honestly, everyone sitting here, we hear some classes, and after hearing these classes, one thing that happens is we get enthusiasm to go out and preach to everyone. Srila Prabhupada appeared to preach and deliver everyone. Now he's personally not there. He has appointed me. I will go and deliver everyone. And then as soon as people hear some classes, the most dangerous thing is if either of the spouse is coming to the class. If only husband is coming or only wife is coming. Very dangerous. Why? They'll attend the class, go home and start Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Start a class. And after speaking, don't do this, don't do that, I heard this, I heard that. Khud to kuch karega nahi. And keep on giving instruction after instruction. In fact, one devotee from congregation, married person, he came and then he was talking to me. Initial enthusiasm, false confidence. He said, Prabhuji, my wife is not practicing bhakti properly. What to do? They are all fallen souls, no? I was like, what are you? What are you? So this we see that as soon as we hear something, we start preaching around. Tell me, how many of you have done this? Hey, बाकी लोग झूठ नहीं बोलते, कुछ ना कुछ preaching तो किए रहेंगे हम. At least I did that. I attended a few classes, and it was the break time this was in the engineering days. It was break time in the lab. The teacher went out, and maybe I thought that I'm the next Prahlad Maharaj. All those students who were there in that lab, I called them. I was sitting in between, and I started giving class, whatever I heard in the classes on the weekend. And they started bombarding with questions. They're not small kids, no, not 5-year-old. They're all engineering students sitting around. Girls were there, boys were there. And I was confused. Am I doing the right thing or not? And then I told my mentor that this is what happened. Then he asked me one question. Who asked you to preach? Who asked you to preach? So this is the first thing that happens as soon as we start attending the session. There is a sporadic, or there is a false confidence, a false enthusiasm, or a short-lived enthusiasm that comes into picture. One of the devotees was sharing. This is something which people initially come for a session, will be able to understand. All of us might have gone through this. When we start coming for the session, so one thing that happens is we start hearing that these are different things that we have to do, chanting, going back home, back to Godhead, we have to attain Krishna, break the cycle of birth and death, all these different things we hear. And when it comes to newcomers, they feel, 9 sessions, no, now it's only 2 sessions over. By 9th session, I'll be perfect. I'll attain everything, whatever is spoken. And at times, the same people, they have this false confidence that almost I'm done. Almost all my anarthas are gone. Only little bit is remaining. In next 6 months, 7 months, I think that will also go away. And the only thing that remains is Krishna will come and take me. I'll go back home, back to God. One of the brahmacharis was telling this to me when he started coming for various sessions initially. So he gave up meat eating immediately. He gave up or whatever anger he used to get, that reduced. Then he started thinking that okay, maybe another few weeks and all that lust that is there in my heart, all that also will go away. And all the rest of the anarthas will go away. And then after many years he was sharing with me, I thought like that, but still I'm struggling with the same thing. You see? So this is called as false confidence. False confidence. Another place I was speaking about, we all are fallen souls. We all are degraded. We have so much of contamination in anarthas. So at that time, one lady, she gets up and she says, Prabhuji, we are not so degraded as you are speaking. We are not so fallen as you are speaking. Then I realized, utsahamai. Another place I was speaking about surrender. I said there are 6 limbs of surrender. Firstly, that person was coming for the session. That person said, we cannot surrender like you. We cannot give up our house and wear saffron clothes, shave the head. We cannot do all this. I said, this is not surrender. This is not sign of surrender. This is one of it. But technically, there are 6 symptoms of surrender. Then I started describing. Accepting things which are favorable, rejecting things which are unfavorable. Having faith that Krishna will protect always in all situations. Having complete faith that Krishna will maintain me. 5th, having the same desire as that of the Lord or to submit to the Lord. And 6th, having complete humility that Lord is great and I am nothing in front of the Lord. And you know that what that person said? Oh, this much only? Okay. Then it's okay. I'm already doing this. This is called as false confidence. Nothing is done in spiritual life. Few sessions we attend. 1 round we chant, 2 rounds we chant, and suddenly no such things will come into picture. And at times, because of this utsahamai, this false confidence, people are on a different plane altogether, floating in the air. I'm someone great. Maybe little bit perfection is remaining. I'm almost there. So in this way, this utsahamai is the first characteristic of anishthita Bhajana Kriya. What is the solution for such people? What is the solution? What is that? okay, attentively hear. But because of hearing only all this is happening, no? They are thinking they are great, all that is matching in Shastra and what I am doing. That is very important. Guidance is very, very important. When we are in anishthita Bhajana Kriya stage, guidance is very important because we might be thinking we are someone great. And when thinking we are someone great, so at that time, our superiors will help us. They'll pull us down and say, come here, come down. You're nothing, come down. Once one devotee came to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada days, newcomer. He said, no, when I chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I see a huge light in front of me. And then Prabhupada said, keep chanting, light will go away. You see? Therefore, guidance is very, very important. When we are there under guidance, so when we have that false confidence, so our mentors will help us to understand, come down. And they will give us the right confidence to practice devotional service. So what is the first characteristic? Utsaha, utsahamai, or false confidence. The next one is called as Ghana Tarala. Ghana Tarala. What is that? Yes, Ghana Tarala. Ghana means thick. Tarala means thin. Thick and thin. So what does that mean? Sometimes enthusiastic. Sometimes lethargic. Sometimes intense. Sometimes slackened. This is called as Ghana Tarala. Now, this is in 2 words if I have to say what is Ghana Tarala, sporadic endeavor. Sporadic endeavor is Ghana Tarala. Now, what is Ghana Tarala all about? The devotee, he starts, okay, someday 16 rounds, someday 64 rounds, next day 0. And after chanting 16 rounds, 32 rounds and all that, then a break for 1 week. Arey, you're not chanting? I did it. 1 day finish. Sporadic endeavor. Sometimes reading for hours together. 1 hour, 2 hour reading Prabhupada books. And then closing it. Done for 1 week. Sporadic endeavor. Sometimes we see, we stay in ACS layout. We have Mangalarti every day there. Suddenly some devotee will come to Mangalarti. So what happened? So just like that I felt I came. Sporadic. I'll decide, I'll do it. Next tomorrow will come, Prabhuji. If I feel like, I'll come. If I feel like, I'll come. So this is called as sporadic endeavor. Now at times, sporadic endeavor also is seen when, say, a devotee is practicing bhakti nicely and say there is an obstacle. For example, when you're in Bangalore, you're chanting nicely, you're coming to satsang, you're reading, hearing. But as soon as someone goes to hometown, you all know what happens. Yes? Or wherever we are, we'll come down to 0. That's called as an obstacle in between. Or sometimes when the office work is more, so at that time, okay, let me pause for some time. Bhakti can be paused, office work we cannot pause. If I pause office work, my salary will be paused. So first, let me finish this. After that, I'll finish. Obstacle. So our services are going on, but there's an obstacle, there is a stop. Yes? Sporadic. And then at times, when we're not able to perform devotional service properly, at that time also there is a pause. Like for example, we are chanting and not able to get that focus in chanting. Mind is going here and there. What is the use of such chanting? Better not to chant. Many times people tell me this. I say increase your rounds to 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds. Bro, you see 1 round only I'm not able to do properly. In fact, I'm thinking to give up that only. You didn't chant more rounds. What is the use of chanting when I'm not able to focus? This, some people feel like this. And sometimes when people are sitting in the class or reading Prabhupada's books, kuch samajh nahi aa raha hai. Anyways, useless. What is the use of reading? So there is interruption because they're not able to perform devotional service properly. So in this way we see Ghana Tarala, sometimes intense, 16 rounds, so 64 rounds, so. And then next day 0, or next day 1, 2, whatever. Again go up and go down. This is called as sporadic endeavor. Or when bhakti is going well, an obstacle comes, so down. Or when we are not able to do devotional service properly, no interest, it goes down. So this is called as sporadic endeavor or Ghana Tarala. Sometimes intense, sometimes slackened. Many times devotees come and say this. Prabhuji, sometimes I feel very nice. Sometimes I'm slackened. This is the answer. We are in anishthita Bhajana Kriya stage, so this is going to happen. Okay, what is the solution for this? Okay, good. Association. Whose association? Another person who is in Ghana Tarala? Association of fixed up senior devotees. Because when we look at them, oh, how consistently every day they are able to do bhakti, we'll get inspiration. Oh, he was not well, still he is doing bhakti so nicely. Someone died in his family, still is not stopping his bhakti. Wonderful. We get inspiration. What else can be the solution? Okay, one should maintain consistency, but that's the question. How to maintain consistency? Okay, come in the associate devotees. Yes, we go to temple to seek some inspiration. What else? Start slow. Okay, start slow. Start with 1, go to 4, 8, 12, 16. Yes. Yes. At times it's not that suddenly, we'll have interest all the time. We'll have interest someday, we'll not have someday. Still we should do it. Why? Because it's an instruction. What are you saying? A priority, yes. So it's an instruction given to us by our mentor, by our guru. So we have to do. Mind will ask, why are you doing? Give it up. No, my mentor has told. No, my guru has told. So I have to do it. So this is the thing. So here also comes an important element of guidance. The guidance is very, very important even here. So when we start sending our sadhana report to our mentors, sadhana report means how many rounds I chanted, how many minutes I read, how many minutes I heard lecture. When you start sending that and say someday we put 0, 0, 0, then we'll get call. Prabhuji, all good? I saw zeros in your sadhana report. What happened? Consistent zeros for 2-3 days. What happened? So at least out of fear, we'll make sure it is consistent. I have many devotees who send me sadhana report. Just for, they have to mention some number, no? So they'll read something before sleeping, 5 minutes, and put 5 minutes and send it to me. So the thing is right guidance. That's the point I'm trying to make. And also at the same time, we should pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, please help me. I'm not able to be consistent in my devotional service. Please help me to be consistent. Right? See, He is that personality who is there within our heart. He is the one who can help us to be consistent. The devotees can give us inspiration. Devotees can guide us. But the inner inspiration and confidence and strength, Lord can give. Therefore, it's very important to pray to the Lord. Whenever you feel you're not consistent, pray to the Lord. Very, very important. So we have covered 2 characteristics of anishthita Bhajana Kriya. First, utsahamai means false confidence. Second, Ghana Tarala means sporadic endeavor. Sporadic endeavor. Let's go to the third one. Vyuda Vikalpa. What is that? Vyuda Vikalpa. Vyuda Vikalpa means indecision. Oscillation between a resolve and a doubt. Extensive indecision and imagination. Not able to decide things. And speculating all the time about all the different options available in bhakti. Like for example, for those spouses who are coming here, whose other spouse is not a devotee, who is not interested in bhakti. So they'll get this thought, I'll speak about Prabhuji's. They say the wife is not coming, the husband is thinking. The first thing that he's thinking is, let me convert my wife into a devotee, entire family into a devotee, entire family becomes Vaikuntha. We'll all practice bhakti and go to the actual Vaikuntha. Then suddenly there's another thought. How much I'm trying, this lady is not understanding only. I'll give up the family and go to Vrindavan and settle. After some time I'll do that. And then he starts thinking, anyways I have to give up home. So before giving up home, let me enjoy nicely. Let me enjoy all the material sense gratification, then I'll give up home and then do it. No, but if I have to give up home at this moment, anyways I have to give up, so let me give up this moment. But if I give up this moment, then who will take care of my old parents? What to do? This is called as Vyudha Vikalpa. Kare to kya kare? This option, that option, all the options. He keeps thinking. And the devotees who are chanting for some time now, for some years, who understand philosophy, who are very interested to practice bhakti, sometimes they might think, should I retire now or after 5 years? Prabhuji is saying retire now, but my wife is saying after 5 years. Whom should I listen? Maybe 10 years is a good number. Okay, if I retire, where will I go? Okay, maybe I'll go to Vrindavan and settle there. But if I go to Vrindavan, then how will I get my livelihood? What will I earn? Maybe I'll settle in Bangalore. Should I take a house near ISKCON Whitefield that is coming up in Rajagondanalli? Or should I take a house in Mayapur? Or should I take a house in Vrindavan? Where should I take a house? What should I do? Indecisive. This is called as being indecisive. समझ ही नहीं आ रहा करना क्या है. At least for married people, not much option is there. For people who are not married, 2 options are always there. Should I marry or not marry? Actually, it's a very big, these 2 options are very big. And especially our boys I have seen who come for our sessions. They're always scratching their head. Prabhuji, what should I do? Should I join Brahmachari ashram? It's your choice. Should I join Grihastha ashram? It's your choice. I'm not understanding. When I see brahmacharis all the time, they're engaged in devotional service, I feel very nice. But then when I think of giving up job, I'm thinking, how will I give up job? I have so much attachment. When I join Brahmachari ashram, I'll not get salary. Now I'm earning in lakhs. I'm not able to give up that. So Prabhuji, actually I'm thinking that if I marry, then my wife will assist me in bhakti. Something I will marry. But at the same time, I get a thought, what if she is not a devotee? Then I'll not be able to practice bhakti. Better join Brahmachari ashram. Life will be miserable there anyways. What should I do? So I'm thinking like this, Prabhu. Okay, so what is the conclusion? I also don't know. So this is called as Vyudha Vikalpa, indecisiveness. Are you all able to resonate with all this? Everyone? Very nice. Congratulations. Anishthita Bhajana Kriya. Okay, what is the solution? Guidance is very, very important. Guidance is so important, you have multiple options. When you go to your mentor with multiple options, what will your mentor do? He'll not choose one option and tell you. You have 4 options, A, B, C, D. Prabhuji, choose kijiye, A, B, C, D. Now sometimes devotees come and say, Prabhuji, catch one finger. I said, Bilkul nahi, I'm not going to do that. Catch one finger. So, when we go to our mentors, spiritual mentors, they will not choose an option for us. They'll not say, no, B. They will tell, if you choose option A, these are the things. If you choose option B, these are the things. Option C, option D. And one formula that our mentors will give is, choose one of these options, whichever you feel will take you closer to Krishna. And they'll give Shastric reference for that. They'll give some case studies of other devotees. And all this will help us to make a decision. So, guidance. What can be the other solution? Whenever you are in a fix, what you should do? Whenever you are in duvidha, whenever you are indecisive, what did Arjun do when he was indecisive? Pray to Krishna. Karpanya dosho abhatsa bhava pachami tvam dharma sammoda cheta. Oh Krishna, you only tell me. I don't know what's the right thing now. You only tell me what I'm supposed to do. So many options are there. I don't know which option is correct. You please help me. Sometimes people write chits and keep it in front of the Lord and pick whatever they want. Okay, chalo, no, something is better than nothing. But that's not the right way. The right way is we pray to the Lord and we wait for Lord to inspire. We approach our mentors and try to get guidance, to choose a proper option. So in this way, something like this Vyuda Vikalpa, we can overcome. Yes? So guidance and prayer. So 3 we have discussed till now. 3 more to go. So what are the 3 that we have discussed? First, Utsahamai. English? False confidence. Second, Ghana Tarala. Sporadic endeavor. Third, Vyuda Vikalpa. Indecisiveness. Now let's go to the 4th one. 4th one is called as Vishaya Sangara. What is that? Vishaya Sangara means struggling with one's own senses. Internal struggle this is. No one can see that. Externally, when devotees ask, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how are you? Fine. And internally there's a war that is going on. Now it's but obvious in the entire 100 people are sitting or 100 people are like standing for kirtan or having prasad and suddenly someone is asking you, how are you doing? So we are not going to tell them, Prabhuji, this huge list of problems are there in my life. Nice Prabhuji, what should I tell you? Where should I start from? Where should I start from? So externally we might smile, but internally we know the struggle. So this is the internal struggle. This particular thing, Vishaya Sangara, is an internal struggle of a devotee. Therefore it is said it is a tug of war, internal tug of war. You know with what? Internal tug of war with material enjoyment or previously acquired desires for sense gratification. See, before coming to bhakti, all of us, we have done wonderful activities and we have come here. Correct, no everyone? Wonderful activities. We cannot enlist also. So many wonderful activities we have done. But now, when we practice devotional service, one thing that comes into picture is all those things, all those desires will pop every now and then here and there. Like if you say there is a lake, external, outside it might be seemingly, it's all stable. But sometimes you will see some bubbles coming up. But up. Yes, they'll come and burst. So those bubbles are like these desires, previous desires which all of us have. And all these desires, which we have, previous desires of sense gratification, all that will come and trouble us in various ways. So this Vishaya Sangara basically is inability to give up sense pleasure or attachment to sense gratification. We want to give up. Now so many classes we have heard, right? We keep hearing this is not good, that is not good. There are 4 sinful pillars. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. So when we hear that, we feel like, yes, even I want to do. But now what to do? Since all the time, we were doing that before, when we decide, still we will not be able to do. There's an internal war that is going on. I want to give up sense gratification, but I'm not able to give up. This is the problem that is there. Therefore, whenever we hear, when we do Shravanam, when we hear Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, right thing will enter our ears from Shastra. Right thing will enter. And along with that, when we read Shastra, so again, we get praman, whatever we have heard, for that we get proof. So in this way, one thing that we understand is that we get right inputs, and when we get right inputs, so at that time we can make the right decisions. But now right inputs are coming, but I'm not able to make the right decision. Like for example, sometimes devotees decide, I'll take only prasad. Only prasad, nothing else apart from that. And then the devotee is walking, and he's walking by the same Pani Puri stall which he has been eating almost every day. Yes. I was talking to one devotee, and the devotee wanted to eat Pani Puri. I said, "Arey, this Pani Puri is so. See, these all Pani Puri Thela wala, what they do? Full hand till you and then lift and they give you puri. And I said, it's all unhygienic. So that devotee was saying, Prabhuji, usi mein to taste hai. I was shocked to hear that. So devotees decide only prasad. I'll not eat anything else. But now they start walking there and then that is pulling. The thela wala is also looking at, Arey bro, kahan ja rahe aap? Arey idhar aaiye. And now he is also looking and then he walks there. And then he thinks, last time I eat. He goes and eats. And now what happens? He gets a guilt feeling inside. When he's not victorious, he got defeated, his mind cheated, he got defeated, he'll feel guilt. And sometime when he's walking the same path, at that time, even when there is a pull, he doesn't look at that, you see, walking. And at that time, he feels victorious. Again, next time when he's walking, ek puri. Again, he feels defeated. So sometimes victory, sometimes defeat. Sometimes victory, sometimes defeat. This is what happens in the stage of Vishaya Sangara. See, this is still very, something very trivial. If at home Pani Puri is made, some dish is made that you like, maybe you will not eat outside. But you know what? Out of the 4 sinful activities, illicit sex is very difficult to give up. Even for married people, it's very difficult to give up. Since all adults, I can speak. See, at times what happens is, now in this age of Kali, because of internet and this and that, people get into pornography. And even after start practicing bhakti, it's very difficult for people to give up watching all that nonsense. So many people. See, before boys would be coming, and I would be counseling them for that, or to give it up. But then, no, I saw people who are married with 2 kids, they also have the problem. So these problems are there, and they want to give it up. They are not insincere, they are sincere. But Vishaya Sangara, sometimes they are able to give it up, sometimes not. So this is the stage where the person struggles internally. Only that devotee knows what he is struggling, other person is not knowing only. Here what is happening, only the devotee knows and the Lord knows. Other devotees keep telling, Prabhuji, you are such a pure devotee. And he's thinking internally, I know what purity I have. Stop saying that. This is what happens. Yeah. So in this way we see that Vishaya Sangara, the person is struggling with his own senses internally. क्या करे वो सब किया ना पहले तो और करने का मन करे. But you know what? Tell me what is the solution. What is the solution? Huh? Okay, prayers. Because now we are able to do nothing. We just go in front of the Lord. Oh Lord, I surrender unto you like Draupadi surrendered to you. Please help me. Please help me. Okay, accepted prayers. And you know what? When we are struggling, when someone is there at this stage, and literally he's struggling, he wants to give it up, but he's not able to give it up. The prayers will be intense. Because he has a desire to give up, no? Then prayers will be intense. For people who don't have intense desire to give up, their prayers will not be intense. They'll just say and tell the Lord, oh Lord, please help me if you like. That activity anyways I'm liking, but sometimes I feel I should give it up. If you like, please help me. But devotee who wants to give it up, like, oh Lord, please help me, I'm stuck. People say I'm a devotee, but how am I stuck with this all nonsense? I'm breaking 4 relative principles. What sort of devotee I am? Please help me, oh Lord, I want to give it up. Please help me. And tell me, what Lord help? What Lord help? If we have an intense call, there is an intense help. If you have a light call, there is a light help. So we have to decide, do we want a strong help or a light help? Krishna will help accordingly. For intense prayers. Okay, what are the other things that we can do? Huh? Okay, we engage ourselves in various services that will purify us, accepted. What else? Okay, intensify sadhana. Yes, we should do that. Guidance. Again, guidance comes into picture. Yes. Because we are going through something. And I'm sure if you don't have, then you should have one. At least one spiritual mentor whom you trust, whom you have complete faith in, that if I tell him secret, he'll not go and tell someone else. I'm telling you secret, don't tell anyone. This much confidence you should have on that person. He'll not go around and tell everyone. And we should go and open our heart. And open our heart, so what happens is, when that devotee gives us guidance, we'll be able to follow that. Devotee will pray for us. By his guidance, we'll be able to practice bhakti nicely. And another very important thing, when we are victorious, we thank the Lord. But whenever we get defeated, we should repent for that. Very, very important. Repentance is very, very important. Even in Harinam Chintamani, Srila Haridas Thakur, when he is describing about various offenses and antidote for the offenses, one of the things, that solution that he gives is repent. We should repent for the activities that we have done. Very, very important. So these are the 4 things. Well, let's revise. First, Utsahamai. English. Second, Ghanatarala. Sporadic endeavor. Third, Vyuda Vikalpa. Indecisiveness. Fourth, Vishaya Sangara. Internal struggle or struggle with senses. Okay, next one. Niyamakshama. Niyamakshama. It means inability to uphold one's own vows that he has taken. See, the previous one was inability to give up sense gratification. Okay. Now this one is inability to increase and improve one's own devotional service. He's not able to do that. That's his inability. Like for example, say he takes a vow. Every day I'll chant 64 rounds. Not able to uphold the vows. Anyways, don't take vows of chanting 64 and all. At least in Bangalore, it will not work. If we go for yatras, yes, we can. I'll pay these many number of obeisances. I'll serve senior devotees. And sometimes devotees take a vow that I'll not talk anything except Krishna conscious topics. But since they are in anishthita Bhajana Kriya stage, what happens is they're not able to uphold their vows, withhold their vows. This is the problem that comes. Every day they're promising again and again, but every day they're unable to follow that. I've seen this especially happening in Kartik month. Our devotees, they take huge number of vows. Every day I'll chant 32 rounds. Morning, evening I'll chant Damodar Ashtakam, offer ghee lamp, and then this, that, huge. And then without permission, they'll take the vow. And after that, they'll come crying after 2-3 days. Prabhuji, I'm not able to follow. This is what happens. Inability to withhold one's vows, uphold one's vows. One simple question: why this happens? Why this happens? Not able to uphold the vows? Okay, more than our capability, accepted. What else? Okay, intensity to progress, desire to progress is not there. Okay. Goal is. So our goal is something, but our senses are not aligned. They're pulling here and there. What else? I'm searching for some. Okay, materialistic activities come up, we replace that with spiritual activity. Seriousness is not there in bhakti. Okay. Not convinced. Not convinced that this is important. Too optimistic. Every day I can do 64 rounds. What is that? No laws? No. What is the problem? Who is going to see? Krishna doesn't speak to me anyways. And only he knows what vow I've taken. Okay. See, one of the important thing is, we don't have taste for bhakti. Simple. We don't have taste for the elements of bhakti. We don't have taste for chanting. Every time when we are chanting, we take out the beads and see, kabhi khatam hoga. I don't know here how many of you are doing that, but at least the Gita course where I am taking. So they'll hold that feather bead in their hand, in one hand, and from other hand they'll keep moving, just to make sure when the feather bead will come, they know. So we don't have taste for chanting, simple. It's not about time, it's about taste. Many times people come and say that, Prabhuji, I don't have time. Arey Baba, it's not time. You have enough time. Only thing that is missing is taste. Therefore, if someone gets taste, then that person cannot stop. He'll just continue and continue and continue. Maybe other people have to come and say, Prabhuji, bas ho gaya abhi, ghar pe jao. Bahut chant kar liya, go home. IBC close karna. You see? Yeah? So when anyone has taste, then naturally he'll be able to uphold the vows properly. I hope this is clear. Okay, tell me, what is the solution for Niyamakshama? What is that? Okay, so prayers we should offer. Because this is, see, one thing we have to understand is, getting taste in bhakti is not in our hands. Please remember this. Lord has to gift us, or devotees have to gift us. We always say this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Krishna se tomar, Krishna de te par, tomara Characteristics. You have Krishna, you have the power to give me Krishna. I'm a beggar, please give me Krishna. Well, I don't have Krishna. You have taste for chanting. I don't have taste for chanting. Please give me taste for chanting. So personalities like Prabhupada have Krishna, they have taste for chanting, they can give us taste for chanting. So much taste which Prabhupada had, all these acharyas had, to be more specific, how much Prabhupada had, Prabhupada never stopped chanting. If you read Prabhupada's diary, he writes that the only solace that I have here in the West, even when things are not in place for me, even basic needs like food, shelter, clothing, Prabhupada was struggling with that. But Prabhupada is saying, only solace that I have here is, not even a single day I've missed my chanting, and not even a single day I've missed offering food to Krishna and accepting that as prasad. Prabhupada writes that in his diary. Taste. Therefore we have to pray. When we pray, they're all merciful. They're waiting to bless us. So when we pray, they will bless us. What are the other things that we can do? Association with devotees who are nicely doing. Okay, serve devotees who have taste. Very nice. What is that? No? Don't commit offenses. See, one thing which I've been contemplating is, we all have a limited time. Like all of you sitting here, you might be going to office. That is the thing that a lot of time goes in. Yes? So only a slot of time remains in our life. And that's the only time. We cannot stretch more than that. Right? And in that we are already doing devotional service. We are chanting our rounds, we are doing deity worship, we are honoring prasad, we are doing all that. So I always say, if you really want taste, the first thing that we have to focus on is, am I doing the activities that I am doing in that slot with absorption? Very, very important point. Yes? I'm chanting my 16 rounds. Am I doing that with absorption? Okay, absorption to shayad bahut bada ho gaya. But am I endeavoring towards absorption? Like, I'm chanting and I'm getting some thoughts. Okay, office mein kya hoga? I've got this meeting and the presentation. No, but I'm chanting now. It's okay. Chanting, so anyways, I do every day. Let me plan for the next day now. It means what? You know that you're not attentive and you're okay with it. And what do you mean by endeavor for absorption? As soon as you realize, hey, what am I thinking? No. Oh Lord, please help me. Please help me to be focused. And you pray to the Lord and continue chanting. That's called endeavor for absorption. So this absorption should be there. And when we have endeavor for absorption, this thing will come into picture. And what is that? Taste. Lord will give us taste. So in this way, absorption in sadhana, prayers, these are something which will help us not to uphold our vows. 5 completed. First, utsahamai, false confidence. Second, sporadic endeavor. Third, vyuda vikalpa, indecisiveness. Fourth, vishaya sangara, attachment to sense gratification or inability to give up sense gratification tendencies. Fifth, niyamakshama, inability to uphold one's vows. And the last one for today, that's called as Taranga Rangini. What's that? Taranga Rangini. Kitna sundar naam diya, no? Taranga Rangini. Taranga Rangini, Everyone will be able to relate, but especially those devotees who are practicing from years, who have taken up leadership roles, they'll be able to relate more. Taranga Rangini basically means, Taranga means what? Oh, very nice, waves. Rangini means color, okay, color. What else? Play. That also means Rangini. Pleasure, seeking pleasure, that also means Rangini. It means the person is playing in the small waves of the huge ocean of bhakti. Now let's try to understand what is this person playing and what are these waves all about. See, when we start practicing bhakti and we continue nicely, and if we are sincere, you know what will happen? Since bhakti is all attractive, we will also become attractive. We'll get good qualities. People will come around and they'll start glorifying. Prabhuji, you're like an amazing devotee. Mataji, such an amazing devotee. And in that starts a hankering for three things: puja, labh, and pratishtha. Labh means some gain, material gain. Puja means worship or respect. And pratishtha means position. So with time, what happens is, as the devotee progresses, this is the last thing to get rid of in devotional life. The devotee starts thinking, if I go in the assembly of those devotees, they'll respect me. They'll pay obeisance to me. They'll give me some gifts. And say you go to some place and you're not respected, then you start thinking that, what is the use of that association? They're not good devotees. And these are the various different things that comes into picture. Puja, labh, pratishtha. There is a different hankering. And I want respect. I want some position in the devotee association. Everyone should feel good in my presence. Everyone should glorify me that I'm such a great devotee. If they don't know how great I am, I'll tell how great I am. They should come and ask me. You see? This is called as Taranga Rangini. He's floating. And at times he'll feel, what's wrong in getting respect? It's okay. It is sinless. What's the problem? So he doesn't feel that it's a problem. So he just keeps playing in those small waves in the ocean of bhakti. You see? Therefore, puja, labh, pratishtha is called as weeds. And bhakti is called as a creeper. So creeper is growing. Along with that, we have weeds around. And when weeds grow more, creeper will die. Bhakti will die when the weeds grow more. I hope this is clear. Yes? Okay, tell me, what is the solution? Are you doing menial services? Okay, except what else? Go to your seniors and tell them, please purify me. I'm getting this problem of puja, labh, pratishtha. What else? Praying to the Lord. Oh Lord, I don't want to tell anyone that I have this desire. Please help me. I want to get rid of this desire. Please help me. You know what? Puja, labh, pratishtha. Raghunath Das Goswami in Mana Shiksha, he compares to what, you know? If you have hankering for puja, labh, pratishtha, he says hankering for puja, labh, pratishtha is like taking bath in donkey urine. Can you imagine? Donkey is urinating and you go take bath in that. That is compared, or this puja, labh, pratishtha is compared to that. And our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he compares puja, labh, pratishtha to Sukarera Vishta. Sukar means pig. Vishta means stool. So this desire to have puja, labh, pratishtha is like hankering for pig's stool. Yummy? Eh? See, our acharyas are very, very strong about this point. Very strong. Therefore, it's very important that we understand and take guidance for this also. Offer prayers, because Krishna is the one who can help us. And contemplate. Today, if people are respecting me, why they're respecting me? Because I'm in ISKCON. Whose ISKCON is this? Prabhupada's ISKCON. What service? People are respecting me because I'm doing some service. Who gave me service? Who empowered me? Prabhupada empowered me. So when someone glorifies, immediately that glorification should be passed on to the parampara. I don't deserve this. This glorification is for you. Very, very important. Yes. And at the same time, we should contemplate, this is not by my own endeavor. This is by the mercy of the Lord. And we should associate with those people who don't have this hankering for puja, labh, pratishtha. When we associate with them, we also start getting that desire, then what is the use of it? Anyways, I'm going to die. Why in this, for few years, what I'm living on this planet, hanker for this donkey urine or pig stool? What's the use of that? So in this way, a devotee starts contemplating. So these are the 6 characteristics of anishthita Bhajana Kriya. Let's revise and then we'll wind up. First, Utsahamai means false confidence. Second, Ghanatarala means sporadic endeavor. Third, Vyuda Vikalpa means indecisiveness. Fourth, Vishaya Sangara, struggling with one's own senses. Fifth, Nyamakshama, inability to uphold the vows. And the 6th one is Tarang-rangini, hankering for puja la pratishtha, or enjoying the facilities offered by bhakti. Therefore, one thing is very important. If you see in all these 6, guidance is very, very important. Without guidance, bhakti is gone. We cannot progress in bhakti. Therefore, when we have proper guidance, we can advance very nicely in bhakti. Therefore, always say that always be under guidance of some devotee. Some devotee is a bit elevated than us. He need not be someone very high, like on the level of Prabhupada or someone, but someone who is better than us in devotional service. So when we take their guidance, we can advance. Therefore, in all our centers, one thing that we do is we create groups and we assign a mentor to that group. And it's your responsibility to take guidance from them. They are trained to give guidance. Since they are eligible, they are appointed as guide. So it's your duty to take guidance from them. Very, very important. And see, today, these 6 things that we learned is our Acharya, Vishvanath Chakravarti Thakur. How they know that we will be going through these 6? See, for them, in their samadhi, they can see all these different things. That what we are going through, what we'll be going through. You see? And they're so great, they've penned it down for all of us. So technical this is. That we learned today, so technical. Distinctly, you can analyze for yourself. Where am I stuck? Am I in Utsahamai? Or am I in Taranga-rangini? Where am I? Easily you can make out. This is the glory of our parampara. Therefore, we should have full faith in parampara. I've connected to a glorious parampara. Now let me follow whatever they have given to me as an instruction. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki.